I want to get these done so I can do the energy pull, so make sure you guys watch that. So we have Leo. I'm just going to pick them all right now. Sagittarius, and then Libra. Okay, so Gems, this is how Leo feels about you. Don't forget to watch the other readings, because it doesn't have to be a love connection, okay? It can be a family member. It can be a co-worker, okay? It's just how, it's been generally how people feel about you, so we can really get a sense of like how we're coming across to people, okay? So this is how Leo feels about Gemini. Thank you guys so much for watching and your support and love. Please, 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 guys, if you like the video, can you please like it? Yeah, because my video is growing and I appreciate all the support and love, and it's getting successful. It's because of you guys. So thank you so much for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, Sagittarius, which is Temperance, which is interesting because Sagittarius is the next reading. Okay, any other spirit? How does Leo feel about Gemini? Oh, that was a lot. That's too many. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and True Appreciation, True Gable. We just have a couple more. Please, Spirit, just how Leo feels about Gemini. Just a couple more. Just a couple more. I cannot predict the future, guys, meaning that God has given us free will. And today you go left, tomorrow you go right. That would switch up the energy. And this is all energy. There's nothing else that I don't invoke. I don't call. I don't cast. I don't do any of that stuff. This is all energy. All right, we have Aquarius. And one flew on the ground. Okay, I'm just going to pick up how it fell on the ground. So, all right, so this is how Leo feels about you. Now remember, it doesn't have to be a love connection, but take it how it resonates. Don't make it make sense. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Just take it and leave the rest, okay? So Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles represent earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. So this is something in our physical material world, okay? Now this is the sevens on the Tree of Life are like illusionary success, right? This is one of my favorite cards ever, because this is the one that's like, God, I put all this work in for this. And you're like, this is it. This is all it is. Look, it looks like he's like looking down at it like a disappointment. But let's switch up the way we think, right? Is the glass half empty or is it half full? So now let's make it half full. Like, you know what? It wasn't too bad. And although it was hard work, I really learned a lot. And now this garden is almost as tall as I am. So it really was worth it. And now it looks like he's looking at it adoringly. That's how much we have control over our life. Okay, it's how we decide to perceive it, how we decide to take it, okay? So, the Seven of Pentacles, this is the Lord of unfulfilled success. This is Saturn and Taurus energy. So, Leo does feel good about your relationship, but is still wanting to make a move, or something could encourage patience, okay? If the partnership appears to be healthy, you may need to just allow more time to strengthen and mature for raising the stakes. Okay, so they do feel good about your relationship or your connection, but they're still wanting to make but they're still maybe not sure about making a move. So you do need to, this encourages patience. So like they said, like Spirit is saying, if it's a connection that appears to be healthy, you may just need to allow time to strengthen and mature before raising the stakes. You know, honestly, when we let go of control, guys, and trust in divine timing, if it's meant for us, it'll be for us, okay? So that's part of letting go of that control. So right now it's kind of might be a little bit stagnant. So this is the Temperance card. Temperance is Sagittarius on the tree, or in the major arcana. This is about, to me, finding a flow, right? She's got her foot on the water. This is this is Archangel Michael, by the way. So this is telling me that you are heavily spiritually protected. The angels are here. Your spirit guide. So this is 14. So 4 and 1 is 5. So 14 might be significant, or it might be a life path 5, or they could be. So Leo does think that you are approachable and easygoing. So you are moderate and naturally, you can see what needs to be replenished in yourself and in others. So you could be a healer. You could be a starseed. You could be somebody who, you know, like reads tarot. So you know when to heal others or in yourself. So Leo is very comfortable around you and sees you as an oasis from the storm. Nice. So you're there. You are there, like, safe haven, right? And that's great. Always, like, for people to be able to feel comfortable with us and able to open up, be vulnerable, you have to create that safe space for them, okay? So it seems like you guys are doing that, and that's lovely to see, guys. So now we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. 7-7. You guys could be seeing sevens. You could be a life path 7. They could be, take it whatever resonates. So Cups represents our feelings, emotions, and relationships, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. So this is about emotions. And the 7 again is illusionary success, right? So this is like if not, or this is like if the grass was greener, but this is in reverse, right? So this is the Lord of illusionary success. This is Venus and Scorpio energy. So Leo does feel that they must awaken from sleepwalking through life. This may come in a form of erratic behavior that makes no sense. So it's time to clarify your feelings and honesty and insist on reality. Okay, so they might have their heads in the clouds a little bit, and that's where you could have to find this even flow. Like I said, is either the glass is half empty or half full, and find that even flow. Temperance is like keeping your temper, to me, finding that even balance of, you know, not being too much, not being too little, just perfect, right? Not too emotional, not too sensitive, not at all, not being emotionally available at all. You know what I'm saying? Find that balance. And then this is saying that, you know, they might be in a fantasy state, right? So they want you to bring them back to reality a little bit. Okay, so now we have the Star card. The Star is Aquarius. And this is like healing, okay? So you can see she's taking this water. She's pouring the water on this dry land. She's bringing it back to life, rejuvenating it. And then here is the 7 chakras that are lit up, okay? So the Star card is Aquarius, like I said. It is number 17 in the major arcana, so 17 could be significant, or number 8. 8 is always seeking solutions. 7 plus 1 is 8. That's how I got that number. You could be a life path 8, or they could be. So Leo does feel that the relationship must be built on an authentic friendship and a shared vision for the future. Okay, so it also can indicate that one is periodically like being remote or like physically distant. So space is needed for this to work. Okay, so Leo may need their space from time to time. And that's what they're saying, that in order for this to work, that sometimes a break is needed, right? To maybe get, you know, sometimes like Virgo, for instance, they are the wisest of the zodiac. Why? Because they take themselves out of the situation. Sorry, that's my daughter's dog. I'm dog sitting, and she's a big baby, so she's scratching her chain. You okay? She's so adorable, you guys. Hi. It's like babysitting a kid, though. I'm telling you the truth. But I love her. But anyway, sorry about that noise, guys. But my life does happen in between these readings and on these readings, because this does take a lot of my time. So I apologize. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, because I'm not perfect. But anyways, what I was saying is that the Hermit is the wisest. Why? Because he takes himself out of a situation to gain introspection. So he doesn't have any like outer influence. Now, when we do that with our partners or our connection, that gets us out of that emotion, or that raw emotion, right? And that way you can see things clearer. So that's what the space is for, okay? Now we have the 7. Wow, look at 777. What did I say? 777, guys. Wow, wow, wow. Look up 777 with the numbers of like what that means, and it'll really get that spirit trying to talk to you. So the universe is always talking to us, you guys. They talk to us through TV. They talk to us through, of course, these readings. They talk to us through music, anything electrical. So always pay attention. The signs are everywhere. The universe is constantly talking to you. So 777, guys. All right, so we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So swords are our air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, which is your element, your energy. And 7s are illusionary success, right? So this is the moon, or sorry, this is the moon and Aquarius, right? So this is in reverse. So Leo is feeling like you are letting your past unrelated issues affect your present relationship. Try not to be overly suspicious or accusing them. This will just make them have their guard up. Interesting that this came out. This came out, you bringing past issues or past things that have happened into a lot of these relationships, or these connections, I should say, okay? So really, honestly, gems, like, so I always tell my kids, like, when there's like so much like happening, right? Somebody's like, stop being so sensitive. And they're like, then somebody else is like, you know what, you're being a little bit too emotional. And then somebody else says, well, anyways, what I'm saying is that how are different people saying the same thing about somebody, and then you think that they're all wrong? Like, the whole world can't be wrong but you. So what I mean by that, gems, is that this is like a running narrative with you, that maybe you should take a look at why you keep on bringing the past into these current connections, and really get to the root cause, or the deep meaning behind it, to heal from it. Because like I said, all these people can't be wrong, and you're right. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about being right or wrong either. Sometimes it's hard for us to know how we're coming across people, or when there's things that are done to us, like something that it has hurt us. Sometimes we don't realize what we're doing because of that. Like we don't see that that what we just said might have hurt somebody. Like we don't really take in consideration of how we're coming across to people, because we're just coming across to people. Do you see what I'm saying? So I just want to let you guys know that's why it's important to watch these other readings, because you really get a sense of the narrative, and that's the running narrative, gems, is that you have to let go of the past. Things that happen to us for a reason. It's not to make us suffer or make us. It's not here to make us suffer or make us, like God isn't sitting there with a magnifying glass trying to, like getting his jollies off of making us suffer. We're here to learn lessons, and we learn lessons through failures, through hurts, through pains. And these people are divinely guided into our lives for a reason. All connections and all relationships, they are here and geared towards helping us learn more about ourselves. It's not to torture us or anything else. Okay, so that's why relationships are so important. That's why tarot is generally based around relationships, guys. That's why I always say, not just relationships. I'm talking about relationships like family relationships, work relationships, love relationships. It's any connection, okay? That's why, like if your father's a Capricorn, your mom is a Scorpio, your brother's an Aries, your sister's a Sagittarius, watch those readings, guys, because like I said, you really get a sense of how we're coming across to people, okay? All right, so, yeah, that's been running. Oh, the Empress card just tried to jump out. The Mother card. Could be a mother wound you have, or something of a feminine aspect might have more. I don't know. We'll see if it comes out. Okay. So we have the Death card in reverse. The Sun card. Yeah, this could be a mother. You could be the mother. You have son. This could be a child. Mother wounds from when you were a child. Or not just mother wounds. It could be any feminine energy that could have, caused some kind of, even a teacher possibly in school. Just take it as it resonates, guys, okay? But don't make it make sense, like I said. Okay, so we have the Death card in reverse. So this is Scorpio energy. This is Scorpio's card, okay? So this is like changes. This is closing a door so another one can open. Okay, this is letting go of the past so that with everything that ends, something begins. So if you can't let go of that, if you can't shut that door, then nothing new can come in, okay? It's also bringing past issues in current, it's like bringing the past into the current, and it's like tainting it, if you will, okay? It's not fair, okay? It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them. We can't change the past, you guys. It happened, and it happened for a reason, so we have to learn to let that go. We have to learn how to let that go. That's something you need to figure out. But it's not fair to the person involved, even if they're the ones that caused that, to have to keep paying for it. Or if they didn't cause it, for them to keep paying for it, period. How would you feel? Like I'm being serious. Like, how would you feel if they did that to you? That's not fair. If their ex cheated on them, and it doesn't have to be cheating, I'm just using it as a reference, guys, okay? So please don't ever take anything I say word for word. I'm just trying to give examples, things like that. But for instance, okay, no, let me rephrase that. Let's say your ex lied to you, okay? Now, you have this in your mind that everybody lies to you. So you and your ex end up breaking up because he's your ex, and then you meet this wonderful person who's not like that at all because you have now evolved, right? And now you guys are having a good relationship, and he's like, well, you know what? After work, I'm going to go to the gym. You're like, oh, you lying. Wow, whoa, what? Or when you get to work, call me. Like, what? Why? Like, why do I need to call you? Like, I don't even call my parents. Like, why do I need to call you? We feel like we have this, like, we have to control our partners. Can't control them. We cannot. We can't even control ourselves. Like, if we could have control of ourselves, isn't that contradicting? Like, have control over not being controlling. Do you see what I'm saying? So just keep in mind, guys, that, what has happened to you, there are no victims here. There are no perpetrators here. Everybody is divinely guided into our life to help us learn to grow so we can, get the lesson that we need to help us get back at our core. Okay? So keep that in mind, guys, okay? Now, so this is, like I said, this is the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. This is not closing a door so another one can open. You need to let that go. Here's the Sun. That's what's going to happen. When you do that, this is the return to innocence. This is the sun is the sun is the sun. Happy, joy. This child, there's a child here. This horse is white, which means purity. You're back at being your authentic, genuine self before this world got to you. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. Be this person again. Be the fun-loving person that's not hurt and damaged and and screwed up by other people. Okay, so we didn't do this to ourselves. Other people did. Yes, they did. But it was supposed to happen this way for us to grow, evolve, so we can keep going. We can't get stuck here. We can't get stuck here. You have to let that go. What happened to us happened to us. We need to take what we learned, incorporate it and apply it in our lives. And yes, like, okay, you learned that don't ever do that. Don't ever trust that person like that again. But it doesn't mean don't trust anyone ever again. It just means don't trust that type of situation again, or don't put yourself in that type of situation again. It doesn't mean don't trust that person again. You know what I'm saying? So that you take the situation that you learned from, but not specifically that person or a whole generalization of men or women or whoever. Okay. That's not fair at all. That stereotype, and it's not fair, because it's like saying that a guy who can say, well, my ex cheated on me, so now all women are liars. That's basically what we're doing when we're bringing something else into our present moment. And even if they're the ones that caused it and you've chosen to forgive them, you have to forgive them and move on. You know, like, not move on the relationship, but I mean, like, move on from that situation because you forgave them for it. You can't keep making them pay for it. You have to leave the past in the past. Take what you learned from it, apply it in your life, and let it go. And then look at, you'll be happy. They'll be happy. So we have the Emperor. Emperor is Aries energy. And this is a leader, a boss, a father. It could be a father. It could be your parents. You know, like, just whatever wound it is, there's something that you might have buried so deep that you don't even realize that you're doing it, because it becomes a behavior becomes a habit, and it's hard to break that, and it's hard to see that sometimes. So really, this is clarity, the truth. Really start to face, you know, what is going on. There's a deeper issue here, because it's not just this particular person. Because if that was the case, all these other people wouldn't feel that way either. Scorpio felt that way. One of these, you know, like, just watch the other readings, guys. Like I said, your dad could be Capricorn, your mom could be Taurus, your sister could be Sagittarius, your brother could be Scorpio. Watch them, because it really gives us a sense of the narrative. And the narrative is, you cannot keep bringing the past situations into this current situation. So, you know, that's the clarity. That's the moment of truth. You can't just put a Band-Aid on it and hope that it won't rip off, because every time it's triggered, it's going to rip off and you're going to bleed. You have to completely heal that wound so it doesn't bleed anymore at all. Okay? All right, guys, this is your reading for how Leo feels about you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Love and light.